We've hit a new low.
No, we've never really gotten that high.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
And welcome to another episode of Board Game Snobs. I'm your host, Gabi.
Why do you have a soundboard?
You never know when you might need something.
I don't know.
No. Zoinka, zoinka.
Don't be doing.
Yeah, you don't tell me what to do.
I'm just saying, is it...
You're just saying you ain't said nothing.
Just... You know, I was listening to our podcast the other day, which is something I rarely do.
Here we
and
go.
Our intro talks about, one, how we are like something classy, something like that.
Well, that's a misnomer. You know that.
I don't know if you've caught on to that. Part of that means that you don't use any soundboards that involve flatulence.
Well, I just, I think the audience is on my side.
No, they're not. Our audience is a well-refined group of people. All 38 of them.
Whatever. Are you on my side? That was applause.
Oh, I thought that was more flatulence. I couldn't tell.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, as Gambi is playing fart noises on our soundboard, I'm punching Newton, which we are going to have to play. Newton, that has one of my favorite designers, one of the gentlemen that designed El Magnifico, Lorenzo El Magnifico.
Sorry, I'm just browsing the soundboard.
And Grand Austria Hotel, which are two of my favorite. And Newton. Simone Luciani. Is that how you say it?
That's a busy man.
He is a busy man. And this is one that I'm going to have to take home and learn before we can play it, because I think this is going to be pretty in-depth. But it looks interesting. It has a solo mode, so I'll take it home and learn it.
Oh, you mean a game involving the guy that discovered physics is somewhat involved? Shocker.
Calculus.
Whatever.
Anyways.
That's how I deal with those subjects.
That's how I deal with that. Boom. Oh, you got
And you know what? An apple didn't even fall on his head. I feel like I've been deceived my whole life.
No. He did, however, stick a needle in his eye.
Why?
Just to see what it would do.
Sounds like a interesting fellow.
He does. I suspect from reading a biography on Isaac that he probably suffered.
I thought his first name was Fig.
He probably suffered from like some sort of autism, like Asperger's. It's not Asperger's anymore; it's ASD. But something on the spectrum. Some of the those things that he did. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. You certainly have to have a. It seems like those old timey guys that did amazing things did have pretty quirky personalities. Well, I think it was just they were different for their time. I think it was.
Well, I mean, nowadays they'd be diagnosed as whatever they had.
Well,
like you said, ASD or.
To tell you the truth, all these people that are
depression,
on Instagram,
manic depression,
taking pictures of their food need to be diagnosed. I don't care what you eat. I don't care about what your last meal was.
You didn't like my fudge sundae?
Nope. Look, no.
How dare you?
No.
That was a beautiful sundae.
I can't segue that into anything. But
you don't have to.
I want to talk about Coimbra. Is made by two designers that usually can co-design with Simon Luciani. Coimbra is the recent game by, is it Eggerspiel? Who does that?
Yeah.
That is about dice placement. I'm not big on dice placement games. As a matter of fact, to me, the quintessence...
Whatever. You didn't used to be. But the last couple of dice placement games that we've played, you've liked.
Okay.
So maybe you're changing your tune.
Let me give you some history. Alien Frontiers was a pretty decent game.
It was.
Decent.
The first time we played it, you kind of liked it.
I kind of liked it. But it was just decent.
That takes me back. That was like one of our first games.
That was one of our first games. And yeah, it was a great one for a while. Kingsburg, which I have the second edition of. I bought that for you. It's enjoyable. It's not great.
Well... it's like kind of like Endeavor. I want to play it with the expansions.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be much better.
I still don't think it's going to be. Still don't think
and much like we discussed our last time, if an expansion is what is required, then maybe it's not that great of a game in the first place.
Coimbra has something.
I love it when you just dismiss some of the things I say.
I'm not
It's like going along, moving along.
Do I have to acknowledge everything?
I would like acknowledgement.
I have acknowledged that I heard what you said.
You know what they say? They're like, I hear you and I acknowledge you.
That's my new phrase.
It's like some physical, not physical therapy, just therapy,
Anger
like couples.
management.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Couples therapy.
I hear you and I acknowledge you.
Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to go to couples therapy.
We do.
So what's the problem? Well, he constantly interrupts me on this podcast that we have.
And you never listen.
What? So you're not married? No, not really.
We should do a hashtag. Are you hashtag Team Gobby or hashtag Team Jerry?
I don't think anybody's going to hashtag Team Jerry. I
No,
think I'm the...
whatever. Everybody likes you.
No, I'm just...
Nobody likes me.
You're the
That's
voice...
self-deprecating humor.
Your
That
self-deprecating
attracts people to
humor
you.
is not... Yeah. Be the victim.
Oh,
Be the
nobody likes
victim.
me.
No, but the deal is that if you ever meet Gobby in public, Gobby's the fun one.
What?
It is. There's a...
Oh, stop.
It's a universal thing. Everybody likes Gobby, but I'm hit or miss. I'm an acquired taste. There's some people that
I love you.
I know you do. That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. If I didn't think you loved me, I would not be here. I'm one of those people. But plus, you have a very nice board gaming table that you won. It's very nice.
Yeah, I've never discussed that.
Why don't you discuss it while I put up Newton?
Okay. So on Facebook, I forgot to look at the date, but it was over a year and a half ago. Table of Ultimate Gaming just popped on. Enter to win they're like top of the line table, all the bells and whistles. This is like right after I won Royals.
You won Royals?
I won Royals. That was 2016. This was a little bit after that. So I was like, oh, okay. I entered on Facebook. I get an email sometime later. You're the winner of a Table of Ultimate Gaming table. You'll be contacted here shortly.
A Table of Ultimate Gaming table? Is it 2 tables or what?
I don't know. It's the Table of Ultimate Gaming is the name of the company. So,
you're right.
They also make chairs and everything else.
So you could actually win the Table of Ultimate Gaming chair.
Yes, you could. So I entered. I get an email. I won. I freaked out. I'm like, no.
Called everybody.
No way. There is no way. I was texting Jerry. I texted DJ. I texted Bub. I was texting everybody. I won.
It's like a $1,500 table.
And it was on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So I was kind of unfamiliar with how Kickstarter worked. Little did I know it'd be about a year and a half later before I received it.
But it came.
Okay. And Table of Ultimate Gaming. It's a beautiful table. It's an amazing table.
It's glorious.
It is massive. I unknowingly to myself. Okay. So this is what all happened. They emailed me, said, you won. Patrick, I think, will be in contact with you.
We never heard from Patrick.
During the Kickstarter campaign. I think I was, again, new, and I don't quite know how Kickstarter works, so I'm sure they were under an extreme amount of stress, because I think they had like
8 million Kickstarter money. Yeah, it was like a lot.
They were anticipating a few thousand and ended up with millions. So I'm no doubt they were overwhelmed. However, I did enter this contest, and they said I won. They're going to give me this table for free.
You wanted your free table.
I was super excited. I'm like, okay, yes. Never heard from them. So I email, hey guys, I won. And I feel kind of bad. I'm like, okay, I'm getting the free table from you. Do I need to tell you something? Do I need to order it? What do I need to do? They're like, oh, we'll get in contact with you. Some time goes by. No contact. So I send another email like, hey guys, the winner here of the free table that you will receive no profit on. But I mean, hey, you put out the contest, just checking in on my table. Oh yeah. Well, we'll get in contact with you. It kind of wasn't very smooth, but finally, I think maybe they finally got things in order. I contacted one of the ladies in charge there, and she said, all right, you need to go on. You need to pick out what you want and basically like order it. So unbeknownst to myself, I ordered the 4x6. I did not realize how big 4x6 was, especially with these rails.
It's large.
It is like for miniature gaming.
Yes. is that I can't reach the middle of the table.
In hindsight, I would have gotten the 3x5 or whatever it
We
is.
suggest the 3x5 because this is now our bed.
Yeah, it's massive. We got the purple. I got that for Jerry because Jerry likes purple.
I love purple.
It's black. It came with even the cup holders. It's got the pull out. It's got the table, the covering that you can make it an actual table.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come with some decor, some deco. I think I ordered the meeples. If they come, that's great. I mean, I've got the main thing has come. But anyway, so I finally ordered it. And yeah, it was like $1,500 worth of table. But I won it. And they were like, and in the email, it said, you won the top of the line. It's up to you. You pick it out.
Wow.
My wife never believed me, but it is here now.
And it is wonderful.
And it is glorious.
I wish it was a slightly smaller because I'd like to be able to see the person on the other side. And that the fact that it takes up the entire room, but it's nice.
But we played, we played several big games. Endeavor, that's a big game.
We played Anachrony.
Game of Thrones.
It spreads out and you have room.
You got plenty of room. I kind of have to angle it. It's too big for my room. I live in a small home, and this is probably like I don't even know how to measure this room, but with my gaming shelves in here, there's not enough room.
Yeah. But hey,
we're
not complaining. We're not complaining.
It's my table, and I love it.
When we get our big Kickstarter money for Board Game Snobs Season 8, when we get our $250,000, then you can...
When I go full-time as a gamer.
Yeah. Had to get off the truck.
So, yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, shout out to them. Gaming table
of Ultimate Gaming.
Nice table.
Thank you very much.
And yeah.
I'm sorry I pestered you.
You're our first sponsor.
I'm sorry I pestered you, but you gave me the table in all its glory. I put it together, and it is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much.
Speaking of things put together, well put together. Coimbra.
Thanks. Quit staring at me like that.
There's a lot to stare at.
Ooh, how dare
yeah. Because if the listeners haven't tuned in by now, you're a rather large individual.
Why do you have to say rather large?
Well, you are rather large.
What does that mean? What's the rather mean?
Here's the thing.
Why can't you just say large?
So to visualize, so if people will visualize this, one, I have an open running joke about Gabi and his size, as Gabi has an open running joke about everything. Me and Gabi next to each other, I'm rather petite. It's like an Abbott and Costello type thing, except
I'm the large, balding one. You're the skinny one with hair.
Yeah, that's pretty much how you could describe.
So
yeah.
I'm Oliver Hardy. You're Stan Laurel.
I'd like to think of it more like Jabba the Hutt and the guy that's behind that little that's pretty much what that's pretty much what it is. As you're over there laughing and I'm over there just calling out, and I'm over there just yelling at people by gibberish. I like that analogy.
Oh, Oliver and Hardy. Wait, is that it?
No, it's Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah.
Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. Yes.
Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy. They're coming out with a biopic movie. Mm-hmm. Biopic. Mm-hmm. It's got, I don't know who the other guy is, but it's got John C. Reilly. He's the big one.
He's
Hardy.
Yeah.
It looks incredible.
I bet that'd be good.
It looks absolutely, and they just nail it. And I love Laurel and Hardy. Like when I was a kid, it was Three Stooges on Nick at Night. It's like Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello.
Yeah. I didn't care for Abbott and Costello that much, but I did like Laurel and Hardy, and I did like Stooges.
I liked the straight man in Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
I liked him. The other guy, he kind of cracked. I was a kid, so he kind of cracked me up. But Laurel and Hardy, to me, were legit.
My favorite Three Stooges movie that I watched and watched and watched until I wore it out. Around the World in 80 Days with the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges?
Yes. And that is.
I've never seen the
Three Stooges basically
version.
it is the whole story of Around the World in 80 Days with the main character's leaving me now. I don't know why, but they're his butlers. They're his three butlers, and they take him around the world in 80 days. And it's typical Three Stooges stuff. But yeah.
Now, was that Curly or?
No, it was Curly. It wasn't What's the other?
Shimp?
Shimp. I don't like
Shimp?
Shimp. Nobody likes Shimp. You can't replace a character like that. I hate it when movies.
Around the world in a days.
A days.
That's
That
what
was
the
a
name of it is.
days. A days.
Wow.
Excellent film for it being in black and white.
I used to love the three. Mo Howard, Larry Fine. That says Joe Dorita. That's not him.
That's Joe.
No. So that's like the guy that came in after Shimp.
No. No, it was Joe. It was the right guy.
The one that goes, whoop, 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 whoop,
Yes, Curly.
yuck, yuck, yuck.
That's
Curly.
It's Curly.
You sure?
Positive. I've watched that show a million times. Why are we talking about this? This is not what people come here
That's
to
our
learn
banter
about.
segment.
This bantering is done. I
The
want to talk
first
about
15 minutes of a banter segment.
Coimbra. I'm talking about
Okay,
Coimbra.
let's talk board games.
So
And
Coimbra.
let's be snobbish about it.
All right. Well, if you want a snobbish board game, Coimbra is it. Coimbra is the latest Euro game that's a dice placement. Basically, in Coimbra, what you're doing, you're a family who's trying to influence the 4 factions in the city of Coimbra. And of course, there's the 4 typical factions.
Silent.
There's like the religion, there's the military, there's the scholars, and there's somebody else I can't remember. Merchants. And so these 4 factions are represented on this track. And all the players are trying to get their influence up on these tracks, because when these tracks activate, they get higher rewards based on where they're at on those tracks. How do you get that influence? Well, these cards are dealt out, which are the character cards. And they're dealt out in these 4 specific sections of the board. A big bag of dice are rolled, and the dice are depicted as different colors. And the colors all match the 4 colors of the different factions.
Of the rainbow.
No, of the different factions.
Oh.
So basically what ends up happening is that every player picks a dice, puts it in their dice holder, and places it on an appropriate spot on the board, and then the dice are resolved. Some of the spots from ascending order, some of them from descending order, doesn't matter, and you select what character you want. Here's the thing that gets it. This is what makes the dice placement so interesting. The color of your dice matters, because the color of the dice, if it's an orange dice, will activate the orange merchant track.
I love the colors.
The colors were very nice. I think
It's not red, blue,
yes,
yellow.
They did.
It's like orange, purple,
very nice, very nice,
lime green.
very nice art design on this.
Beautiful guy.
So you want the right colored dice, because you want to activate a certain track to get certain benefits for yourselves. But if you pick a higher dice, say you pick this number 6 dice because it goes in from descending order, so you want to be the first player to get to pick a card.
Descending, is that 6 to 1 or 1 to 6?
Descending is 6 to 1. Ascending is from 1 to 6.
How dare you? Watch your mouth.
This is being condescending. This
Condescending.
descending.
Okay.
Get it? Got it?
Good.
I feel you. I'm listening to you, and I've acknowledged what you've said.
Appreciate that. I
So
feel warm and fuzzy inside.
if you use a 6 dice to purchase
Fozzie.
a card, you have to pay 6 of whatever that card needs, whatever they want. So if it's the only 2 resources you have in the game are money and guards. It's like your military might and your money.
Oh, yeah.
So if this guy wants guards and you use a 6, then you have to pay 6 guards. And so that's very fascinating. So basically, I'm betting that if I use a lower...
You use fascinating kind of loosely.
It's fascinating because you have to consider both the color of the dice, the number of the dice, the
fascinating.
placement of the dice, and how it will activate on your board and what you will get from it.
Caterpillar turning into a butterfly is fascinating. How these dice are done is not fascinating. You might say, oh, that's pretty cool.
It's not cool.
That's kind of
Cool is like it's in
the
vogue.
fawns. That's cool.
No, cool is like it's in vogue. It's something that's
Hey.
it's not. No, this is fascinating because
The fonts is in vogue,
he's not anymore.
like Madonna.
Not like Madonna. No, not like Madonna.
How dare you?
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
The Fonz or Madonna? Who's cooler?
Fawns.
I'm glad you chose correctly.
I had to think
Thank
about
you
that.
very much.
Madonna's gone
What?
way downhill here lately. I tell you what, but if you
The Fonz is
you
eternally
wind the
cool.
tape back
Uh-huh.
when Madonna was in Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With you there.
With you there.
But Madonna hasn't held up like the Fonz.
Nobody held up like the Fawns.
You can't get no better.
I know.
He's still the epitome of cool.
He jumped the shark and
We're-
still was all right. So, but the
Like literally, that's the best
episode ever. He skied over a shark.
I mean, he set the precedent for jumping the shark. That's so awesome.
But with Coimbra, the way that all the pieces connect, it has this real feeling of you have to think so far ahead. And then, of course, there's this little small board that area control type influence board that you're moving your little diplomat around and getting certain bonuses and so forth. That's kind of a side point of the game. But it's dice placement, and I don't like dice placement games. But this, I was intrigued by it. I'm not blown away by it because I need to play it a few more times. I did enjoy the dice placement. It's still something that I'm not just thrilled by, but it gave me the same thinky, everything's tied in together feel that like Lorenzo kind of had, like Zolkin kind of had, that feeling of everything's kind of tied in together. And I think I'm just going to come right out and say it. It's probably not one of my favorite Euros, but if you are a diehard Euro fan.
Die-hard?
Did not mean the pun, but I'll take it.
I'll give it to you.
I acknowledge what you said, and I appreciate it. Then Coimbra has so far been particularly good. You need to wait a few weeks, and I'll have a review out on Newton here. Because, I don't know.
Has it got dice in it?
There's no dice in Newton, but it's super Euro.
Because these guys have tended to... This is like the other half. Is Simone
Luciani.
Who did Lorenzo?
Lorenzo was Simone Luciani. Is behind you there. Just
because that's our standard.
Okay, this is the team.
Virginio Gigli.
Okay,
it's Gigli. Jiggly. It's not Jiggly.
No. It's for. I'm
Jiggly.
You are very.
He is not Jiggly.
When you brush your teeth, you jiggle. Simone Luciani and Familia Brassini and Virginio Gigli. I don't know. Pardon the puns there. I like how I'm doing the whole Italian hand thing.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Okay, sorry about that. But
these are some Italian fellows
that did Lorenzo, which is one of the greatest Euros here in the past long time.
Probably me and Jerry's.
They also
at least top 5 Euros.
Virginio and Simone Luciani did Grand Austria Hotel, which is an excellent game, and they also did Zolkin.
Both of them?
Zolkin, you put Zolkin up, but Zolkin, they also were some of the ones that did Zolkin. But Simone,
I know Simone was on that one.
Yeah, Simone was on that.
Virginio?
Coimbra is by, I believe, Simone's not in that one.
No, it's Virginio and Flaminia.
Yeah.
So the first two guys without Simone.
Whereas,
I wonder, do each of those guys, do they have a specific thing they do?
No, they each get together and they probably just get it together and figure it out.
Because most of their games involve Marco Polo, isn't that by them?
I believe so.
I've heard excellent things about that. Always wanted to play it. But we saw it had dice post Alien Frontiers days, and we were kind of like, we kind of passed on it. But now I'm kind of interested because their games have been good.
They have done some excellent games. And so...
Excellent from Eggert Spiel.
Right. So, Coimbra is fascinating. If you are a Euro gamer, please take a look at it because it's good.
Coimbra, this is my opinion on it.
What?
Pardon my squeaky chair. Coimbra is beautiful. Without a doubt, it's beautiful. Without a doubt, it's a good game. Possibly a great game. It didn't give me the feel. My whatever that feeling is I've been feeling here lately.
I need to talk to you about that because you may be having mini strokes when we play these games because I've noticed that sometimes when you're talking about the feeling,
it's just a feeling.
You talk about the feeling that you're having. You're drooling off one side of your face, and you're having.
Lorenzo gave it to me. Coimbra did not. Coimbra, it's not intuitive.
No.
Lorenzo, once I got it, okay, I know what I'm doing. This means this. This means this. I got it. It felt good. Coimbra, okay, I roll the die. Okay, then I choose which die I want to place where, ascending or descending order, pay that. After I pay that, to me, it gets convoluted because I couldn't tell you what I did after that. And I remember you explaining the rules and it just was kind of, it didn't stick with me. Something about it, I wanted to love it.
Yeah.
but I liked it.
Well, I was the same way. I really wanted to love it, but I ended up just liking it. It kind of gave me the Sandra Bullock feel. I really wanted to love her, but I just like her.
You don't love Sandra?
Bullock?
Sandy?
No.
Sandy B?
No, don't. Sorry.
Okay.
Not Cardi B either.
So, Coimbra, I would not say buy it.
No. Not as a generalized rule. Like everybody out there, if you're looking to buy a game, I would say that this only fits if dice placement people who really like dice, and the Euro crowd, the super Euro crowd. If you're looking for another Euro game, then that's, yeah.
We're going to go BGG Spring.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Marco Polo on your list?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Add that to your list.
'Cause
I want to play that. I don't want to buy it because I'm a little nervous. Because I've heard, I mean, for the most part, it gets rave reviews.
Well, it gets rave reviews from your best friend, Tom.
Well,
Who?
Tom gives most things rave reviews.
Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired. Hope he's not listening.
Please.
He's too busy doing his top 1,000 from 2018.
Top 10 farts.
Hey, go ahead and do another one. Why don't you?
Well.
Just do another one. Just indulge yourself while you're at it.
Okay.
Dice Tower Seal of Excellence. Okay, so go ahead with your... What? Why are you laughing?
We've hit a new low.
No. We've never really gotten that high.
That's true. Wait, hold on. Before you move on, you Beauregard. Is it Bogart or Beauregard?
Bogart.
Or Bogart.
When you
Humphrey.
Humphrey. When you Bogart something, you just push through. And you just do
Okay.
it.
Well, you Bogart the topic of conversation
I
sometimes.
do. I'm sorry. I acknowledge your feelings and I accept it.
I appreciate that. I hear you and I appreciate that. Some games that have come out that I'm super interested in
Super interested.
and also want to discuss.
Not just interested. Go.
Super interested in
Number 1.
Treasure Island.
Number 2.
It says you draw directly on the game board. You use the rule compass. Oh, that's not a rule like as in board game rules. Use the rule like a ruler,
A ruler?
compass, and caliper to explore the island.
Oh, calipers.
This is a bluffing game where one player is Long John trying to mislead the
Silver?
other pirates. Yes. Wait, is that
Long John Silver?
is that his name for Treasure Island?
No, Long John Silver's the place where you get the hush puppies.
I know that's where you get the hush puppies and the fish, the fried cod,
It's fried cod.
which is delicious. By the way,
No,
is
cod
delicious.
is horrible.
No, that and Captain D's. You ever had Captain D's?
I've never had Captain D's.
Is basically Long John Silver.
Captain D's cod.
That may be an Arkansas, Oklahoma thing,
Yeah, they have.
but it was like Long John Silver's.
Ask
But it was
yourself.
slightly less greasy.
Where do you find cod in these parts? We don't have streams.
It's fried cod. It was cod because that's like it's a clean tasting fish.
Okay, go ahead, Captain Cod.
Okay, so this is a
have
bluffing
this
game.
picture of Captain Kirk going, God!
The game ends when one pirate finds the treasure or when Long John escapes, making a run to the treasure. Holding on, The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr.
Yeah.
Azul.
The other stained glass window.
Stained Glass of Sintra.
Wow.
Kanban, Driver's Edition.
All right, I had the Kanban
Why is it-
Passengers Edition, and it didn't have any.
Why is it a Driver's Edition?
It's just an updated version of it.
Is it?
And then first off, please don't, our more distinguished listeners, it's Kanban. It's not
how do you know
Kanban.
that? What is that word? Is it anything? Is it a word?
Yes, it's a Japanese term for like a
my bad.
informational
My bad.
thing. And it's
Sorry, I'm not
I own the
Japanese.
game.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, so you own the game, so you know what that means and you
It's
know how to pronounce it.
explained in it.
You often mispronounce words.
It's Kanban.
Don't say just because you own the
It's
game,
Kanban.
suddenly you know how to
It's
pronounce it.
Kanban.
I accept that. I hear you.
only bond you know
I
is-
acknowledge you.
The only bond you know is Cinnabon. That was a delightful burn. Brought to you by...
Fireball Island.
Nope.
You don't care
Why
to play
are you
the child's
dragging out
game?
all this junk?
I'm just going through a list. It's not junk.
Junk.
I'd like to play it. You know what? People make a big deal about that game, like from their childhood.
Yeah.
I've literally
Never played it.
never heard of it.
But I heard of it.
No, I had never heard of it.
You never heard of Fireball Island?
What did I just say? Apparently, you did not hear me.
I did not hear
you.
you.
Did not acknowledge me.
I'm acknowledging you.
In my youth, growing up in the 80s, I'd never heard of this game.
You were too busy riding your bike and...
Thank you. I was very healthy.
Yeah.
I had muscular thighs.
Big muscular thighs. Next, please. You're looking at a list.
Pandemic, Fall of Rome.
Oh, Z's number 1 of 2018. Thank you.
Oh, a pandemic game? Sure.
Z Garcia. Can I make fun of Z Garcia?
I like Z.
I love Z.
I like Z. Don't like his choice in games.
No, Z's a good guy. I met him once.
I bet all three of them.
I did too.
Lovely guys.
Love them.
Don't necessarily have to agree with their...
Who you talking about?
You're the... Dice Tower, respect.
Who? No.
Hey, Tom and Sam's top 10s were good.
So, they're pretty decent. They're decent.
Z, I don't know what to say about him.
Z is...
And we shouldn't be discussing them. Moving on.
Who?
Everdell.
Everdell. Everdell was a Kickstarter game that was very popular, I think, at Gen Con. Got a lot of hits because of its beautiful artwork. Well, let me backtrack that.
Gen Con 2018?
Yes, it's amazing artwork. It's well thought out design of a worker placement, and it's neat little centerpiece. It has this little tree, little cardboard tree.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Everdell's a worker placement game that is, I would say, it's not entry level.
Worker placement, action selection, resource management. You have to say all those things nowadays.
According to who?
Because it is all those things. It's not just worker placement. Does worker placement imply resource management?
According to who?
Me.
I don't care what you think.
Oh, that's obvious.
I hear
so you don't hear me.
I do hear you. I just don't care.
No. I'm okay. I'm being serious. It's not just worker placement.
It's not.
So when people say worker placement, that's a...
Use your words. Use your words, Gabby.
I mean, that implies resource management to me.
Cool. Yes, because your resources are your human resources. Your workers.
Human resources?
Yeah.
HR?
Yeah, your HR.
What?
That's basically what it is.
But these are animals.
Well, there's turtle resources.
The turtle resource, a squirrel resource.
Rabbit.
But are you saying that's implied?
It's implied. Workers are a resource. Do you know a game where you have unlimited resources?
I'm not saying workers are the resource. I'm saying when you set your worker out, don't you close your eyes and shake your head.
Because I don't want to.
When you set your worker out, you collect the resource, and then you have to manage that resource and how you spend it, because you could spend that stone over here, get this card, or spend that stone over here, get that card. Right?
You are 100% right. I'm sorry I've offended you.
I appreciate that. Continue on.
In Everdell, you are building your own little animal village.
Your hair looks good today, by the way.
I have. I've been using I've
noticed that.
Have you noticed my hair's been looking better and better?
Yes.
My hair started to fall out. I switched blood pressure pills. It started to fall out.
Blood pressure?
Yeah.
That's what caused it?
Yeah, my blood pressure pills started making my hair fall out. So I switched blood pressure pills, and then I started using like this hair thickening shampoo or whatnot, and like I just haven't cut my hair in like 3 months.
Tell me the shampoo.
I can't remember what it is, but it's like got biotin in it. It's like supposed to strengthen your hair, and so my hair has just gotten like
it's really good.
It is really good. I'm like almost like at Fabio level. Like I'm just going to start walking around my.
I don't normally say this, but you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
You look fabulous.
I'm going to start getting on Instagram. Start posting. Follow me on Instagram.
Your cowlick is just in the right spot.
I have a horrible cowlick that I have combed my hair to accentuate.
But it's just right. It's like right there in the split.
Yeah, no.
Bam. It's just like bam.
I'm bringing back
the surf that wave.
I'm bringing back the pompadour. I'm getting classy. I'm trying to bring the class back.
No,
well, I'm evening it out. You know, you've got on you've got the whole t-shirt and jeans thing going on.
What?
Yeah, you got the whole. You're the everyday man. You're the everyday people.
Yeah. Sure.
Whereas I'm trying to be classy. I'll start wearing a top hat.
But that would cover your hair.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna
your
wear a monocle.
beautiful locks.
Will you stop for a moment? Well, let me get through this game.
Okay, Everdell. That's what I thought about it.
What? You didn't like it?
It was fine. It was okay. This is my deal.
Go.
Can I be honest?
Go.
Please let me be honest.
I'm here. I'm here.
I don't want to lie to you.
No, I'm going to close my eyes and you tell me I'm in a safe
no,
place.
You're going to be asleep.
No, I'm in a safe place. I'm in a safe place. Tell me about why don't you like Everdell?
Everdell, they trick you.
They trick you.
It's a beautiful, I'm not lying. It is one of the most beautiful games. The tree, the cards, the art, the animals, all of it.
Short story, when I set the game up in my living room just to try to just learn it, my wife walked in. My wife has seen a million different board games set up. This is the only one she has ever stopped, looked at, went through the cards, and just commented about how beautiful the game is. So continue on. Continue on with your diatribe of why, whatever.
It's absolutely 100% gorgeous.
Right.
That's a distraction because the game itself is very mundane.
Now, here's what I'm going to...
It helps the game. As any game that is it's mechanically sound.
It is.
The art and the game, the pieces are beautiful. So that definitely adds to it. But the gameplay is nothing special.
I'm going to agree and disagree with you at the same time, but I'm about to win you.
To disagree.
I'm going to win you over. You ready for this? You know of my love for 51st States and my recent falling out with 51st States.
Oh, next subject. Go ahead.
So, with 51st States, I felt like it was just moving resources around. I kind of griped about that too. Just nitpicking the game.
Yes.
Everdell is an entry-level beginner. I'm not saying it's something that you just, that is, well, yeah, I'd say it's entry-level, wouldn't you? It's pretty straightforward. It is a worker placement. You place your workers, you get this resource, you use those resources to purchase these cards to build your little village, and those cards give you either special abilities or powers or the ability to build other buildings. The scoring on this game was very, very tight. Yes. I like that. It doesn't do anything special, but what it does do, it does it very, very well. And so I'm going to say this. To me, I think this game is a perfect family-style worker placement.
Okay.
I think the artwork's excellent.
Especially for families. Children would love that.
For families. This is like 10 and up type level. If you have kids 10 and up, you're looking for a family level game, Everdell. It is beautiful. It is straightforward. I really want to play this game a few more times to try to suss out why. I really think it's more than the sum of its parts. But the art alone on this game is amazing. I think that this is a huge leap forward in Kickstarter games and games of the type where the artist exceeded the game. Like I agree. It blew me away in terms of what it does. But I think that this game is one of the few games that I would, and I'm going to make an exception here. I really do.
Okay.
This is a game that needs an expansion. This is one of those games that it just needs a little bit more to make it a game your game.
A little more depth.
A little more depth. A little something else. I don't know what that something else is.
Because the game is literally, you place your dude, you get whatever location he's at. If it gives you a rock, you get a rock, a flower. I forget what all is in there. And then you complete these cards with those items. Card completed. That gives you points. Person with the most points wins the games. It's very basic.
It's very basic.
But it is beautiful in its way of bringing that out.
It's something that needs to be on your radar. One, if you're looking for a entry-level family game. Two, you want something that just has amazing art. But I really think that the scoring on it was super tight and it was hard. It was deceptively difficult in what it was doing in the buildings. And the buildings comboed very nicely. Like if you had this building, you could get this other worker card and so forth. I just thought it was I want to continue to play it again.
We played a 3-player game and it was 31, 27, 27.
Yeah.
So 4-point game.
I want to continually play this and give a better update on it.
This is my deal. Just because to me it was kind of not what I wanted, expected, thematically. And it's pretty, you play a card, you collect items, and then you pay for that. Because of the beauty of it, I would like to play it again.
Yeah. This is one of the truly the one games here that I actually was just overwhelmed by the artwork and the presentation of it that I thought I'm going to play it again just simply because I'm going to give it another chance.
Now, on the opposite end of that.
Games that are ugly?
No. Just take that phrase and reverse it.
Okay.
Drop down, flip it, and reverse it.
Okay. Yes, Missy.
A game that was beautiful, and we loved it, we thought. But we played it a couple times since then, and it's still beautiful. But the enamoredness of it has worn off.
You're talking about Scythe?
Photosynthesis.
Oh, photosynthesis.
When we played that at BGG Con, we were in love and we were enamored with it. And the trees are beautiful. The board, well, mainly the trees, the little 3D trees. And the sun rotates around and it's very cutthroat. And then we've played it a couple times since then and we're done. Speaking of games we've fallen out of love with.
Photosynthesis. Now, let me back this up.
Back that thing up.
Because I do believe that photosynthesis has an audience. I think that there is a lot of abstract players that will enjoy photosynthesis. If you're the type of person that likes an interactive, abstract game, I do think that photosynthesis is something you need to look into. But for the average board gamer, it gets very tiresome. There's something about I think the mechanism of the sunshine, the rays coming down in this certain angle, and what trees get the photosynthesis going and give you points and so forth, light points or what they call it. That is fascinating. It's just that this is literally a game where
you often pound your hand and that kind of reverberates.
Okay, listen. It takes like 3 turns to get something going. It's like it's a slow moving game. And what I get out of it is not so much you're not attacking the other player as in you're literally throwing shade their way. You're literally getting your tree taller than them so it shades their tree. And that's interactive, but it's a weird type of interaction. It's like
did you do a written review?
Yes, I did. And the written review of it was straightforward. I think we recommended it. Yeah, it's a decent game. It is a good game. I think it is a game that this is the only thing it suffers from. It's not replayable very much. I think we played it until we enjoyed it and when we first got it, and we've played it and played it and played it, and then we realized it's just not as fun the second time around. It's kind of like when you've been on a roller coaster once and it scares you to death, and then the second time it's like, I've been here and done that. Yep. But then there's some rides that will scare you to death every single time. There are some board games that will give you that feeling consistently throughout the years, that you're always going to get that level of enjoyment. Photosynthesis was one of those that, we really liked it. Yeah, it's a solid game, but after playing it over and over and over, there's other games I would just much rather play. It just does not. But I do think
it's still very unique in theme and mechanics.
And beauty.
And it is still a gorgeous game, but as board game snobs, it's a game we've fallen out of love with. Add it to the list.
It is. It's on the list. Here. Writing it down as we speak.
Done.
That's going to conclude for us today, right?
We're done.
I would like to say that I thank you all for listening because we hear you. We appreciate you.
We acknowledge your existence. Thanks to our primary listeners. Northern Frankie,
Friendly Frankie.
Average Joe's Gaming Podcast. Giuseppe, Board Game Diner.
Just shouting out to everybody.
Those are the ones that have written in lately.
Oh, okay.
I like those guys. And when they write in, it warms the cockles of my heart.
Your cockles are very warm.
They are.
All right. We're looking forward to...
Continue to write in.
We're looking forward to playing Architects of the West Kingdom. What's the Chronicles of Crime?
Chronicles of Riddick. Narnia?
No. Chronicles of...
What are the Chronicles? And why are they in so many things?
The Chronicles, it's like...
Narnia? Chronicles of Narnia.
No. We cannot continue to talk about Saturday Night Live incessantly.
Incessantly? That sounds weird.
Incessantly. Just bye. I'm done.
No, wait. Okay, look.
What?
Still leave us a review.
On boardgamesnobs.com. Gmail us.
iTunes.
LinkedIn, Twitter, Amazon,
Instagram,
Facebook,
Board Game Snobs at Instagram.
Overstock.com.
Whatever you want. eBay.
eBay us.
Just PayPal us some money.
No,
That's all we need.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I need it.
We don't need your money.
I do.
We need your love.
I got some debts I
PayPal
need
us your
to pay.
love.
I've bought in a lot of games my wife doesn't know about.
In the form of 20s.
We need to get Gen 7.
We do.
And it's like $90.
Gen 7. I'm looking forward to...
I really want to get that game, but it is literally like $84 on cool stuff.
I hope that board games don't go the route of getting out of hand in terms of prices.
Okay, Gen 7, it's got the whole crossroads mechanism from Dead of Winter.
Which we played one time, and...
We did not like Dead of Winter.
I'm not a fan of any zombie games.
But Gen 7, it's in space. It's on a generational ship. And apparently,
the Gen part.
Apparently, you're a Gen, Gen, not Jen like Jennifer. Jennifer 7.
Jennifer 7. 7 different clothes of Lopez. All of them from the same block.
Okay. On that note, we're done.
Jitty from the
block.
block.
We're done. I'm Gabi.
Giggly. I'm Jerry.
We'll see you later.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.